Coming up on BG today, a factory is closing before it's even built. What Peloton plans to do with their partially finished building and why they're no longer coming to Wood County next.
And ever since the death of Stone Foltz, Greek life's value to campus has been heavily debated. What the community now thinks, with 2 more fraternities getting suspended for their recent actions.
Plus, an on-campus restaurant is gone after 1 year. Why BGSU was so quick with the change and what is unique about its replacement. All of these stories and more on BG24's BG Today.
Live from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
But first, Bowling Green is receiving $7.3 million to improve the city. Welcome to BG24's BG Today. I'm Claire Mitchell.
And I'm Ethan Watts. The funds came from the American Rescue Act plan to help communities recover from the economic impact of COVID-19. The city says it plans to invest $3 million towards roads, $250,000 towards park improvements, and $100,000 towards an inclusive playground at Carter Park. The city is asking for feedback from residents on where they would like to see some of the funds go.
The important thing is that we fund projects that the community is wanting done. So part of that is identifying what areas they feel are most important for the uses.
To fill out a feedback form to tell officials where you would like to see the money spent, go to bgohio.org.
Peloton says it will no longer open a factory in Wood County. The site would have been Peloton's first factory in the United States. Now Peloton says they will finish the construction of the factory, but they will sell the building and property once completed. This comes after the co-founder announced he is stepping down and the company's share value has dropped over the past 4 months. The company also says it will cut nearly 3,000 jobs and reduce the number of warehouses it owns and operates.
Data shows more than 1,200 deadly crashes were reported in Ohio last year alone. That's the most in 1 year since 2002. The State Highway Patrol says more than 5,500 deadly crashes were reported over the past 5 years. In Wood County, that total is almost 70, with data showing I-75 as the second deadliest road in the state. Route 6 is third on that list. The State Patrol says they look to improve their response to crashes to help save more lives.
With countless fatalities, countless crashes, and as the Highway Patrol, that's something that we're looking to focus on, looking to make better and make sure that we're out there getting to those crashes, getting to those violations before they are a fatal crash.
So far this year, over 65 deadly crashes have been reported in Ohio.
Bowling Green State University suspends 2 fraternities for violating the student code of conduct. Delta Chi was suspended for 1 year after a hazing violation last summer. Phi Delta Theta was suspended last spring for code of conduct violations, including underage drinking and disruptive behavior. The university extended Delta Chi's suspension until fall of 2026, and Phi Delta Theta is suspended until fall of 2024. These suspensions come almost 1 year after the hazing death of Stone Foltz.
Certainly suspending them is a step in the right direction, but if it's a continual problem, then they should look into shutting some of them down, I think. Just because if it's still going to be a problem, they clearly shouldn't be running in the first place because it's a danger to all the students.
Delta Chi and Phi Delta Theta are no longer recognized by the university as student organizations.
BGSU students got a head start on their careers at the Spring Expo Job and Internship Fair yesterday. The Career Center hosted an in-person portion of the fair in the Student Union. Participants had the opportunity to meet with employers for all majors and get a professional headshot. Students can still participate in today's portion of the fair virtually. A former Bowling Green State University professor, Timothy Davis, appeared in court earlier this week. After being arrested last September, he entered an Alford plea. Lucas County Court documents say Davis is being sentenced on 3 counts of rape later this month.
After last week's storm, the snow is finally melting. Agatha, what's this weekend looking like?
Thanks, Claire. Last week, Bowling Green saw almost a foot of snow, but this next week we're going to warm up a little bit in the next couple days with some rain. Tonight we're looking at a high of around 35 degrees. We have a 40% chance of rain, and our low is around 26. And then it's going to be nice and breezy with wind speeds going up to 14 to 16 miles per hour. And then tomorrow we're looking at a little bit more rain. We're probably going to get about 70% chance of precipitation with our high at almost 40 degrees and our low about 20. And then our wind speeds are going to be around 15 to 23 miles per hour. And then this weekend it's going to be nice and cloudy in preparation for the big game. On Saturday our high is around 24, our low is 10, so pretty cold. And then on Sunday we are similar cold weathers with a high of 19 and a low of 10. Hopefully we'll see some sunnier days next week in preparation and celebration of the Bengals win. And the Bengals win. Thanks, Claire.
Well, hopefully we'll see some sunnier days ahead. Thanks, Agatha. BGSU kicks off Black History Month with events scattered through this month. Black Excellence Ball will be an evening packed with talent, performances, and awards this Saturday evening. A Morning in Melanin is filled with brunch, performances, guest speakers, and more for $5. Then join the multicultural organizations for a battle to test your playlist with their Aux Chord Battles event. The goal is to get the crowd hyped and moving.
From Marco's to Wild Pie and now Ziggy Zaz, Bowling Green's new on-campus pizza place cannot be topped. BG24 reporter Macy Southard found out how Ziggy Zaz came to be.
The Bowen-Thompson Student Union changed their pizza place once again. After poor reviews of Wild Pie, the student employees knew a change needed to happen.
36.
5 student workers came together to create Ziggy Zaz's new name, menu, and recipes. One of the student employees, Trevor Wintermantle, contributed his opinions and ideas.
So the menu itself was kind of something that I personally took on. We took some of the ideas from Wild and Marcos before that as well. And we just kind of wanted to try and make our own twist on our own things.
Ziggy Zaz's new improvements will leave you wanting more. The Director of Marketing and Communication for BGSU Dining, John Zachrich, says they have gotten positive feedback.
Because we kind of did a larger menu at Wild Pie than we probably needed to, because we were just trying to get as many things in there, which definitely can cause it to be a little harder to pull off the menu exactly how we want. So since we kind of shrunk some things down, we changed a few other pieces as well. It seems to be really working, and so far we've seen a lot of really positive things. So
COVID has changed the way many sports approach how they operate. The NFL has been able to continue without having to make many changes. The big game is coming this Sunday, and many people are preparing for it.
Going out for food and drinks is common for Sundays throughout the NFL season, but when it comes to the big game, many stay at home to celebrate the occasion.
So a couple of friends and I are gathering at my apartment. We're gonna have like a little potluck. We're gonna have a bunch of like Cincinnati themed dishes because, you know, go Bengals.
Just probably hang at home, like watch the Super Bowl, like get some food, like just hang out, take it easy.
Some are staying home to stay safe from COVID, just like they did last year.
In years past, I've definitely gone to like parties where it's been like way more people. So like while having a lot of people would be nice, I'm like also okay with it being just a few people.
While others aren't worried about the pandemic, they are just waiting for their plans to form.
Not really, like maybe I'll get an invite from a friend or two to watch a game somewhere else. And if that's the case, cool. If not, I plan on just catching the game at home.
COVID numbers are looking more promising coming out of the holiday break. This weekend will be another test for the progress of the pandemic.
The Bengals will be taking on the Rams this weekend in Los Angeles. This is the Bengals' first championship appearance since 1988, the Rams' first appearance since 2018. Reporting for BG24, I'm Hayden Kincaid.
Men's ice hockey takes on the #1 team in the nation.
And women's basketball continues its dominance over Northern Illinois. More sports after the break.
Bowling Green State University, Army ROTC Fighting Falcon Battalion.
Welcome back to BG24's BG Today. In sports, Falcon hockey this past weekend got the chance to host the #1 team in the nation, the Minnesota State Mavericks. Taking to Friday's game, the Falcons got off to a slow start, giving up an early goal just 3 minutes into the first period. After repeating the outcome of the first period in the second, down 2-0 in the third, senior Nathan Burke would score his 14th goal of the year to make things 2-1. The Mavericks, though, would find the empty net in the last minute and would take Game 1 by a final of 3-1. On to Saturday's game. After a scoreless first period, the Mavericks would quickly put in back-to-back goals in the second. Once the scoring got going, the Mavericks would flex their top-ranked muscles. 3 goals in the third would put the game on ice, as the Mavericks would blank the Falcons 5-0 to sweep the weekend doubleheader. Women's basketball took down Northern Illinois last night with a final score of 81-52. The Falcons looked dominant in their win, leading by 18 points at halftime with 14 total three-pointers and 32 defensive rebounds. Highlighting the night for BG, in the first quarter, Katie Hempling would knock down this three-pointer. She would finish the night with 11 points en route to a double-double. Elissa Brett led all players in scoring with 20 points along with 7 rebounds on the night. The Falcons will now get set to take on their arch rivals from up the road in the Battle of I-75. Tip-off between the Falcons and the Toledo Rockets is at 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Coming up over the next couple weeks, we will get to sit down with new BGSU hockey goaltender Salvador Evola and BGSU women's basketball's Madison Parker, the new record holder for career games played. And that's it for sports this week.
Steve.
We send it back to you in the news studio, Ethan.
Thanks, Steve. Valentine's Day is just around the corner and love is in the air at BGSU. 2 campus organizations made Valentine's Day cards this week. Dance Marathon says their cards are going to kids who receive care at Mercy Health Children's Hospital, while Alpha Phi Sorority are celebrating Valentine's by writing cards for local nursing homes. Both groups hope to spread plenty of love for the holiday. Thanks for watching BG Today. Follow us for the latest news on Twitter at BG24 or find us at the web at bgfalconmedia.com.
We'll be back next Thursday with updates from around Bowling Green and Wood County. Have a good afternoon.